We are builders, makers, hopers, doers from clunkers and junkers out of shards and clay. We shape and frame, sort and stir, each of us turning grime into gold. Against fence and lock, a door swings, a window opens, a sunflower reaches for a fresh day. Everything is always growing. Dirt dusts places not yet alive, and in this gravel of possibility, we honor the old and worn, the faded and frail. Know that good bones are worth holding. Deep against rock, trains clack and roll. We press into paper, scissors, and paint, splattered, gathered, mixed. With each ding, 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 solid freight floats our dreams, and we clatter, wide awake in dark, in light, in love, and hope. The day opens, the sky widens, you are here. Hand in hand, arm in arm, each grip is a dare to you declared, breathe, work, sear and sculpt, sew and hold, paint and saw, mix and mingle, break rules, break ground, create yourself, your world, your now. On the bridges of progress we dance and dive, wonder, wander, taste and make. With each how and why and what next, we dig in and reach out to build in the mind a step, a ladder, another sky. Let's scaffold the unknown in everything. Promise.
Nestled in the foothills west of Denver is Red Rocks Amphitheater, a world-class geological wonder with nearly 900 acres of natural beauty and amazing views. Red Rocks Amphitheater is the only natural occurring, acoustically perfect amphitheater in the world. From the Beatles to U2 to opera stars, every artist aspires to give it their all on this magical stage. Located within the grounds of Red Rocks is the Colorado Music Hall of Fame, presented by Comfort Dental. The Hall is a nonprofit organization dedicated to honoring those individuals who have made outstanding contributions, preserving and protecting historical artifacts, and educating the public regarding everything that's great about our state's music. The Hall celebrates Colorado music legends with major fundraising events and colorful, entertaining exhibits.
Chuck Morris was the driving force and is the driving force behind the entire Colorado Music Hall of Fame project.
Colorado Music Hall of Fame is an idea that I had, and I mentioned it years ago to G. Brown, who at that point was the Denver Post rock critic. With the help of G and a great board from Paul Epstein of Twist and Shout to lawyer Craig Umbach to Mark Hartley and Phil LaBelle, who ran the program council in the 70s, is now a big publicist in Los Angeles. We had a temporary home at First Bank, and it was only open during shows. And we really wanted a permanent home, and we really needed some help in a lot of ways to help us move and to help build it the way we wanted. And I sat down with Neil Norton, one of the heads of it, and he loved the idea and has been our biggest benefactor and major sponsor.
Comfort Dental being a native Colorado company, it was a natural fit, and I think Chuck picked up on that right away. So there's a lot of great synergy with that whole relationship. There's a lot of negotiations that went on between the city and AEG Live, Comfort Dental.
I sat down with Mayor Hancock and his chief of staff and a few other people, and they said, we want it to be in the city of Denver, the Hall of Fame, and we would be willing to get you a building, a city-owned building, to put it. And they actually brought up the Trading Post. If anybody doesn't know, it's that old Trading Post right next to Red Rocks. 1 million people go to Red Rocks every year, and the Trading Post is open all year round. And a lot of people go to Red Rocks even in the winter, so they pass by and stop at the Trading Post. and they offered us to take over most of the Trading Post, to use it as the permanent home, and we moved in a lot of our stuff. We're still doing more and finding more space, and we're so thrilled because the traffic there is so amazing. Not only during the summer, but even in the off season, 1 million people go up to Red Rocks and go right by there and park and see it open, seeing, you know, the Hall of Fame presented by Comfort Dental on the sign outside, and it's been amazing.
The benefit to the community of our sponsorship of the Colorado Music Hall of Fame presented by Comfort Dental is largely that through our sponsorship, we're able to keep admission free.
They have been the greatest partner, helping us not only on a financial way, but spreading the word about it. You know, those are people that really love music, and I've gotten to know the whole company. You know, when we had our opening night of the Trading Post, they were all there and they were getting such a kick out of it.
For those who don't know, or even those of you who do, Red Rocks Amphitheater is largely considered to be the greatest outdoor music theater in the world, and I happen to agree. I mean, between the location, the physical beauty, the sound, the fact that nearly every artist who has any degree of success wants to play at Red Rocks, and everybody here wants to go. It's the first thing people come in to visit want to see is Red Rocks.
I still get a kick out of going up there and looking at that audience and looking at the stars there, and every artist I've ever known, that from the young ones to the old ones, want to play, especially if they haven't, want to play Red Rocks Amphitheater.
If there is a better venue, we don't know about it. And when we were offered this opportunity, I was like, you got to be kidding me. Comfort Dental at Red Rocks Amphitheater, the greatest music amphitheater in the world.
The venue itself was built by God. I've been doing shows since I joined Fay in 1976. I try to add them all together, but between Fay and Chuck Morris, Bill Graham, and SFX, and Live Nation, and now AEG, I've done over 1,500 shows.
Well, visitors to the Colorado Music Hall of Fame presented by Comfort Dental will see lots of artifacts of either musicians who are native to Colorado or musicians who have spent a great deal of time here in Colorado and have performed at various locations throughout the state, most specifically Red Rocks Park itself. And you know, as it happens, Comfort Dental is the only private company that has their name on any permanent structure in Red Rocks. And I'm pretty proud of that.
There's about 30 states that have state Hall of Fames. With the help of Comfort Dental especially, have, you know, become the top 5 state Hall of Fames in the country. It's a nonprofit, and our mission is to educate people in the state on the history of Colorado and to have inductions, which we nominate and then vote on. We had a 60s class of Flash Cadillac, the Astronauts, Jerry Corbett and Sugarloaf, and Kim Radio, which was the biggest thing in the 60s in this town, and they all got inducted. And we had the 70s class of the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band and Poco, who most of them grew up here, or some of them. Firefall, which was a huge act in the 70s, still continues. And Stephen Stills of Manassas, another gentleman who moved to Boulder and started Manassas. There's been so many great bands in the 80s and 90s, the Big Head Todds and the Monsters, the Fray, String Cheese Incident. I don't want to forget anybody, but you know, Yonder Mountain String Band. Of course, the Lumineers and One Republic have become huge living here. You know, we hope to induct in the next year or so Earth, Wind & Fire. Philip Bailey and 2 of the other guys from Earth, Wind & Fire went to East High School, moved to LA and joined the band, and the rest was history on Earth, Wind & Fire. So there's certainly a lot of acts that deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. It's just so many we can do every year, but you're gonna see all of those and more eventually get inducted. And if I forgot somebody, please don't be annoyed at me, because there's a lot of them.
There are a lot of things there that people just don't have access to any other way. There's guitars, there's signed artifacts, there's original manuscripts for music, you know, stage bills, things of that nature, and photographs that probably don't exist anywhere else in the world.
For every induction, we get artifacts from these artists that are donated to our Hall of Fame. Annie Denver let me and G. Brown go up to her huge storage shed up in Aspen to take anything we wanted, and it's the size of a gymnasium of all of John's stuff. And we took guitars and his early, you know, clothing and letters from Frank Sinatra. Judy Collins gave us one of her first dresses, gave us some of her lyrics to some of her songs, did some amazing stuff, which during the inductions, they're all there, and then we moved them to the Trading Post.
Well, you know, it's going to be a really exciting year or two with the people that are going to be inducted in the plans for the expansion at the Hall of Fame. I know and hopefully I'm not spilling the beans too soon.
We're going to induct Dan Fogelberg, Caribou Ranch, and Joe Walsh and Barnstorm. People will not realize that Joe Walsh, who started the James Gang, moved to Boulder. When he left the James Gang and started Barnstorm, wrote Rocky Mountain Way, which the Eagles started playing that and recording it. And we're going to induct those three in one of our inductions. And the other induction next year, I'm very, very excited about, will be Glenn Miller. People don't realize it. He grew up in Colorado, went to CU, and started one of the most successful orchestras in the world. The orchestra still tours. You know, he died during World War II in the Air Force, but it's been playing ever since. We booked the Glenn Miller Orchestra April 16th at the Glenn Miller Club, named after him. They're going to play, along with, by the way, Lanny Garrett, who's going to be inducted, who's had a wonderful, wonderful career here, and 3 or 4 other people are going to be inducted with them. And the Glenn Miller Orchestra is going to play. It's going to be an amazing night. And I'm very proud because this is the legacy of all of us, everybody that's contributed to the music scene for 100 years in this state.
You know, the sponsorship that we've done here with the Colorado Music Hall of Fame really fits in well with the other things we do in the community. We sponsor Special Olympics. We've, over the years, been able to double the number of athletes that participate in the Special Olympics programs. We sponsor Mount St. Vincent Children's Home. We're very proud of that. We do a lot of work with Project Unify through Special Olympics with the Nuggets and the Avalanche. Of course, you know, you've seen us at the Rockies games. We're in center field there. We do we get the kids out on the field for the junior starting lineup, which is exclusive to us. Over the years, we've also done things with the YMCA, other local charities. We're working with Wounded Warriors. We've got a big event coming up in December 2015 about that. So it just fits in really well. It's a great opportunity to repay the people of Colorado and show them that we really do care.
The Colorado Music Hall of Fame presented by Comfort Dental is something I am so proud of.
We hope you enjoy your tour of the Colorado Music Hall of Fame, presented by Comfort Dental. If you live here, stop by often, because we're always adding new exhibits, and there's always something new. If you're from out of town, please tell others. The Colorado Music Hall of Fame, presented by Comfort Dental, where Colorado music history lives.
The second you walk through that door, we are looking at your hair and understanding more about you and your personal style. Because essentially that's what it comes down to, is customizing something that makes sense for you.
It's one of the biggest comfort zones I think someone can have is their hair. When you feel good about your hair, you feel good about a lot of different things.
I'm a multicultural stylist. I pretty much handle all textures and ethnicities. Natural hair, colors, cuts, extensions, bridal, vintage updo, pretty much everything. I like it all.
I would say that my favorite thing to do is hair color. It's so amazing how you can transform someone's look within one service. Even something super subtle can make a huge difference. Or you can go the complete opposite end of the spectrum and go completely nuts.
We have a great product line. It's all made for Colorado being very dry, meaning it's going to put the moisture back into the hair that Colorado so loves to take out.
So I'm a third-generation hair designer, and my grandfather, Rocco Bellino, started in Chicago, and that is where my mother grew up doing hair as well. My father did quite a bit of competition work in Norway and had received a gold medal in hair design.
I think we have a lot of different things to offer. I think there's not another salon in the city as well placed as we are and as well versed in different things as we are.
We really care about making the client feel comfortable and feel special while they're here.
We love doing a whole range of different things. It's really whatever you need, we're going to try to be there for you. I'm Scott Lobin, owner of Rita B Hair Salon. Be awesome.